I'm 28 years of age and I'm stuck in my life because of social anxiety. Stuck in my career, I'm stuck in my social life, I'm stuck in my dating life, and I'm stuck in a predicament and I don't know how to get out of it. This is a common question I get quite frequently, and today we're going to have an attempt at talking about it and doing the best I can to get you off this video and to get you to take action on your social anxiety. So if you're new to my channel, I'm confidence coach Jonathan. Some people know me as Johnny. Johnny's short for Jonathan. I don't mind if you call me Johnny or Jonathan, whatever feels right for you. So I did a video a couple of days ago in the park, and I'll say it again, there's something transformative about going for a walk and a talk by yourself or with a mentor, with a group of people. I think the traditional way of sitting down, that can work, but sometimes that can be a bit awkward, a bit intense, because you're not moving, you can't get your thoughts together and your emotions, and this is very therapeutic. So I'm going to enjoy this video today, and it's a little bit of a challenge for me because it's a packed park, there's a lot of people, and I'm going to be talking about things that, you know, that most people are not going to talk about at their office at work. They're quite intimate, they're quite personal, they're quite open, but I enjoy that, and this is actually what you need to do. So, all right, what I like about this video format is, what I love about it is, I'm not planning what I'm going to say, as you can probably see and tell, and that's the whole point, because I want to enjoy it, and I like to demonstrate an exercise that is exactly what you need to unstuck yourself from social anxiety, fear, and you can live your dreams. So let's start off with the big mistake that we all make when we have social anxiety. The mistake we make is, somewhere in our brain we think, I can find a strategy out there, a teacher, a solution, a book, a phrase, a quote, a tweet, something that will take away the feeling of being uncomfortable around people and in public places. Big mistake. You're never going to find it, not unless science changes anytime soon in evolution, not in our lifetime. It doesn't exist. I went out and I searched for it. All the successful people will say the same. So unfortunately, natural, normal human thinking fails miserably in this situation. It fails every single time. I put my last dollar on it, because normal human thinking is very insecure. So normal human thinking is like this: what are people going to think about me? How am I coming across? What if people don't like me? What if they judge me? What if they hate me? What if they catch me out? What if they make me feel ashamed? What if I fail? Or what if I get hurt? That's a huge part. And all it does is constantly question about what if it goes wrong, or what if I don't know what to say. That's the nature of it. That will not help in this situation. It will not change a single thing, which is why I've said before to people, reading books isn't going to take your social anxiety away. Watching videos is not going to take it away. The only thing that's going to take it away is to confront it. And I'm going to go into some of the details, because as obvious as that sounds, there's quite a lot of information. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. So, like Les Brown said in one of his talks that I loved, he said, the thinking that you've been thinking and the thoughts have brought you to this point so far. So have they worked for you, yes or no? I don't mean that to be patronizing or putting you down, not at all, but I'm just getting to the truth. It hasn't worked, because you wouldn't be on my video now, you wouldn't be stuck, you wouldn't be struggling, you wouldn't be emailing me, etc. But you can take that as a negative and get down, or you could take that as such a positive perspective. Now you've realized that, what are you going to do? So I'm talking you through a difficult conversation that you're going to have with yourself if you want to change this and unstuck yourself and improve the social anxiety, do what you love, grow, enjoy in the areas that you want to enjoy in. And that's why these conversations are not quick fixes. Human nature is stubborn. It takes people time to learn. People don't learn, especially in this area, in one day or a week. That's why generally when I coach people with the social anxiety problem, I spend minimum 6 weeks, because in 6 weeks you can build a habit. You're not going to change everything in 6 weeks, but you're going to change a lot of things. You're going to learn skills and tools, and those skills and tools that you're going to learn in 6 weeks, you continue practicing them. So it's building a habit. And what most people do who have social anxiety, they build a habit in a negative way. They build a habit of not socializing, of putting things off, of making excuses, of going into their addictions, of blocking it out, those ingenious human lies like, I am going to face my social anxiety, but not today. Today I'm tired, or this week I've got some extra weight on my stomach. I want to get that off and get a six pack, and then I'll socialize. Or not right now. My finances are not where I want them to be, or I don't have a girlfriend yet, or I don't feel ready. That's all tricks. That won't get you nowhere, because if you stay with that level of human thinking, then this is going to be a lifetime. So one of the things I'm going to share with you that I realized on my journey, you're never ever going to feel ready to confront your social anxiety. But let me say this, you're 28 years of age now, right? You've got your whole life ahead of you. You're still a young man. If you don't do this today, from today, you're going to be 38 years of age and you're going to be in the same position. I don't want that for you, and you definitely don't want that for you. Time goes quick, and it goes quick in a very cruel way when you're not taking action and you're not living with courage. It goes quick in a way, and then you think, oh, where's the last 10 years gone? But when you're enjoying things, you think, well, you know what, 10 years has passed, but I've really enjoyed it. My life has been amazing. So I'll let you process that for a second. Okay, I'm kind of multitasking here with the threads, but this is relevant. I thought about this earlier. If you don't face the discomfort today, tomorrow, the discomfort's not going to go away. The discomfort is never going to go away. It's never going to go away if you run from it. This is what I did for the first 15 years of my life. I ran from my fears. I didn't face it. I kept telling myself I won't be able to handle it. I can't do it, or I'll do it next week, or I don't feel ready right now. And I just suffered and suffered and suffered for 15 years until I got to a point where my thoughts were saying this, and I didn't like what my thoughts were saying. My thoughts were saying, I'd rather kill myself than continue living like this. Panic attacks every day. I didn't want to come out of my flat. I didn't want to go in the shop and buy stuff. I didn't want to speak to shopkeepers. I was afraid of eye contact. I was afraid they might talk to me. I might get nervous. I was ashamed. I was ashamed of who I was. I was ashamed of how I was living. And the big shame for me was I was ashamed that I wasn't successful. Because despite growing up with anxiety and low self-esteem and self-doubt, I had high expectations, and that's a good thing. So I don't want anyone to go through what I went through, but the likelihood is you're probably going through that right now. That's the reality. So many people are. That's the negative consequences of not facing it, because you're telling yourself, this is what you're telling yourself: I can't handle being around people. I can't handle it. The eye contact is awkward, or talking, being around. I can't handle what's going to come up. You can handle it. One of the things I learned, the positive thing about human beings, myself included, was people are so much stronger than they actually think. When you think about yourself in your own mind, it's never enough. It's always like, well, I'm weak, he's better than me, they're better than me, she's better than me, they're different, they don't. On an intellectual level, you can't get nowhere, which is why reading the books is not going to change the social anxiety. All it's going to do is give you more information. It's going to reinforce the coward in you, and it's not going to improve your courage muscles. So for me, I'm always concerned when someone contacts me and says, well, I have social anxiety, I'm struggling, I'm stuck, but I've read all these books. But it's like, yeah, but the books didn't help. You could read 1,000 books. It's not going to take away your social anxiety. If it would have took it away, you wouldn't contact me. You wouldn't be in this problem. So in that area, the books are going to do absolutely nothing. All the books do is waste time, and they delay the practical work that you need to do. So we need to get to work straight away. We need to get to work from today. Now, this will reassure you. This will calm you down a bit. You don't have to do everything today. As a matter of fact, you won't be able to do it. I can do it, and that's not possible. There's nothing to feel bad about it, but you got to do something. We got to take that first step. The first step on any journey is the hardest, because to take that first step, you got to get past all that resistance, all your thoughts, the way you see yourself, all your past, all your mistakes, all the fears that you have. You got to get past that, and it feels messy, it feels heavy, it feels shameful, it feels frightening, it feels overwhelming. It feels like a lot, like climbing a mountain. But when you take the first step, you realize that all that information it's not important, and most of it is built up from lies that have habitually built up over time. And the lies get stronger and stronger because you don't take action. You don't break that chain of negative thinking, because you're looking in places like books and videos, and that's places of comfort. Because I've always said it's comfortable to read a book on how to be confident and how to overcome your fear and how to start a business. Anyone can do that. I can read a book on the toilet, I can read it at home, on the bed, on the kitchen. But to take action, that's not easy. To get off your backside and put yourself in new social situations, public speaking dates, job interviews, business meetings, to put yourself in a boxing ring, it's not comfortable until you do it many times and you get better and better. Now, this should inspire you today. I'm no different to you, right? You might be a bit better looking than me, or you might have more hair than me, but I'm just a normal guy. Now, I was a guy that couldn't come out of his house when he was a bit younger than you. When I was about 25, 24, I couldn't come out of the house, let alone walk in a park and do a video vlog and express myself in such an honest and open, confident way like I'm doing now. I physically couldn't do it. I was so insecure. But I decided to make a change in my life when I was in my early 20s, when I heard a message from a man called Les Brown. When I was going through suicidal thoughts, panic attacks, depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, Les Brown said a couple of words that moved me, right? He said, it's possible. You can live your dreams. It's possible. He said, I grew up in an abandoned building, adopted. I was labeled the dumb one at school. I had a twin. Everybody said my twin was the clever one. I was the dumb one. People laughed at me. I had low self-esteem. I didn't believe in myself. I did dead-end jobs. And one day a man said to me, never let someone's opinion of you dictate your reality. And I cried when I heard Les Brown's message, because it really spoke to me, some of the things that I went through. And he really outlined exactly how I was feeling. But he said to me, you probably won't believe me right now, but you got talents, you got abilities, you could be inspiring millions of people. You can change your life, you can change your finances, you can change your relationships, you can change the way that you see yourself. But you're gonna have to take action, and you will fail your way to success. And when he said those words, it liberated me, because my whole life I was afraid to fail. I wouldn't take action because I was scared that if I take action, I'm gonna fail. Everybody's gonna laugh at me, judge me, they're gonna think I'm a terrible person. I couldn't deal with that. And I thought successful people are special. They're different to me. They're better than me. They're born talented. They just don't have anxiety. They don't have insecurities. It's all bullshit. Of course they do. So when I started to take action, I started to improve. And I took action for over 10 years. And that's why I'm able to walk through a park now and enjoy it and love it, and not care about what people think about me, and do public speaking in an open park to inspire you. My videos have gone all around the world. I've attracted business worldwide. I get people flying in from different countries every month to take my weekend program. That's how I know 100% you can change your life. There's no doubt in my mind. There's not a single bit of doubt that you can't do this, because I was the hardest client I ever had to coach was myself. No client has ever been more difficult than I was, and stubborn and insecure and demotivated and unwilling until I changed. And the change didn't happen overnight, but the change happened from the first day I took that first step. So the most important step you're ever going to take is the first step, which should be from today. You shouldn't even be on this video now unless you think I'm really attractive, and all of us know that's true. We don't even need to debate that. I mean, my mum knows that, right? But really, you should be off this video now. You should be putting in the work. You should be taking action. You shouldn't be spending time on videos. The more time you spend on videos, the more you're delaying the confidence and self-esteem and the management skills to manage and control and thrive and relax under pressure when you feel discomfort. So it's not that I'm not human. It's not that when I'm walking through the park and I'm doing these talks, it's not that I've got no fears at all, insecurities, but I've become a master at getting focused, getting present, being myself, and blocking out what other people think and their opinions and so forth. Practice. I've been a practitioner for 12 years and I'm still learning, and I've had mentors and I've taught people from around the world. So it's the practice that you need. And of course, when you first do it, it's not going to feel comfortable. But if you change your mindset and you get excited about the discomfort, something that my mentor, Jeff, talks a lot and teaches and really helped me with, to change your perception of fear and anxiety, to change your human perspective on, oh, it's uncomfortable, I must run from it. No, you must stay in it. If it's uncomfortable, that's good. That means you're growing. If it's comfortable, that means you're not growing. You're not going to get any growth from being comfortable. So it's a process. It's a process of getting outside your comfort zone for a couple of hours, getting uncomfortable, staying in the feelings, doing the best that you can. If you fail, that's brilliant, because failure's feedback. Failure is an opportunity to look at some things that you can improve. As far as I'm concerned, no one who's took action has ever really failed. The only people that have failed are the people that have failed to take action. The theorists, the people that are intellectual cowards that read books and quote tweets on Instagram and LinkedIn, but they don't take action. They're not living it. They're not living truth. They're not facing their fear. They're just saying all these things that have been said from people that are. You don't want to be like that. I don't want anyone who follows me to be like that, because that's a coward's way of living, and you're not going to be happy. It's not the truth. It's not going to work. You want to be someone who can write a book, who can put a tweet out which comes from their real experience, something that they've done, they've lived, and they've actually experienced, they've done it in reality. They're not just quoting it and retweeting it and paraphrasing it because they read it in a book and someone said it. Because anyone can do that. It's easy, it's comfortable, and you don't grow like that. So the conversation that I'm having you now, in the past 17 minutes, I am talking you into facing the discomfort in your life. In this case, we're talking about social anxiety. Now, I'll tell you a bit of my story, what I've done. I've done it gradually. So, the first area where I was uncomfortable was public places, going out, walking around London, going to shops. I practiced that on my own. So uncomfortable when I first started. Then I got used to it, it got easier and I got more comfortable. Then it was going down the boxing gym, meeting new people, trying boxing. I was absolutely petrified when I first did it. I did that. The first day was hard, second, third, fourth. After doing it 30, 40 times, it became the norm. I loved it. Then the next stage for me was job interviews. I was nervous when I first started. I wasn't comfortable, so I practiced going to a lot of interviews. It got easier, I got more used to it, and I got more confident. The next one was first dates. I was terrified, I was uncomfortable, so I went on hundreds of dates until it got easier, until I could relax more, until I could manage the fear and anxiety, calm it down and be myself. Then it was on to public speaking, which felt like death. For most people, public speaking is emotional death. You don't die, but it feels like it. So the first public talk I done, I messed it up, I got nervous, I got awkward, but guess what? 2 weeks later, I set up another talk, I went back, got a little bit less nervous. After 10 talks, I was unrecognizable. Still good looking, but just confident, relaxed, present, passionate. I could keep a whole room engaged, give value, and also sell my programs. So I learned the skill of selling. So the tools and the skills that you're going to learn are going to be life-changing. It's going to be worth the pain, the sacrifice, the discomfort that you're going to have to go through. So this is what you need to do. It's a way of thinking and it's a way of acting. So most people say, think positive, think big, think this way and influence friends. Without action, that means squat. That doesn't mean anything. Because things come into existence through all of these things being aligned. Thinking, saying and doing. But most people think and say, but they don't do. Because the think and say is easy. I can say right now, I'm the best looking man in the world. I'm better looking than Brad Pitt. I probably am now because he's older, right? No one's going to agree. I think I'm better looking, right? It's all about what you create. But this is a joke, right? I can think that I'll say I'm in better shape than Brad Pitt, when he was in Fight Club, which I'm not, right? Maybe I was when I was 23. It's close. People wouldn't agree with me, right? Have a look at my picture at 23. I'm having some bit of a laugh with you, right? I'm having fun. But if I don't take action, it's cheap. The words are weak because the words don't come from someone that's doing it. So you have to be a doer and not a talker. And it's so beautiful when you find the truth. I cried many times for joy, because up until I found the truth, I used to listen to people that didn't know shit about what they were talking about, giving me their human opinion. Everybody's got an opinion, but not everybody's opinion is valid. Not everybody's opinion is transformative. So I had to eventually form my own opinion after taking massive amounts of action. If you fail, who cares? Get back up again and go again. You're gonna fail. I failed my first public talk, and the second and the third. It took me 10 times to get it right. I didn't fail my first date. I failed my first 30, 40 dates until I became successful. I didn't fail my first YouTube video. I failed my first 30, 50 videos. I couldn't even speak for more than a minute without stuttering and running out of what to say. So I've done over 3,000 YouTube videos. So it's the practice. You have to have the guts. You have to be willing to go through the failures. You have to suffer if you want to grow and get the confidence and be successful. You're not going to grow and be successful if you don't face the fears and the rejections. It's impossible. You're not going to do it. So you've got to change the mindset. But that's not going to change in one day. But watching this video today, hearing my story, is going to make you curious. It's going to make you think in a different way. By the way, if any of you have managed to stay on this video right up to, I really appreciate you. It's a pleasure for me to have the opportunity to share my story, teach, talk, and have a little bit of fun as well. So we're coming to the end of this video. Now, as much as I would like to say, let me know in the box below if you're moved by this video. If you find me as attractive as my mum does and most of my girlfriends, then let me know. But I'm almost reluctant. I want you to live this and take the action. Now, what are the options with regards to moving forward today from this video so we can physically do this? I'm going to give you some options. The first option is you can do this on your own. Go out, whatever's hard for you. Everyone's version of hard is different. So wherever you feel the social fear, just take the first step today. That's the first option. Second option, come to my Fearless event this Sunday in this park. Face that fear, jump in the deep end. You're going to be around great people, myself included. We're going to have a coffee, we're going to have a conversation. It's a relaxed environment, and that's all you need to do. Next option, if those two don't suit you and you are fully committed to mentorship, send me an email and inquire about my 6 weeks confidence program, which is designed to help you move forward through your social anxiety. I'll get back to you. We'll have a call on Zoom. There's no pressure at all. You do not have to sign up to anything. I don't have to take you on. We'll have a conversation. We'll see how it goes, if I can help you or not. If you like me and I like you and there's chemistry, then we'll do the program. So there's 3 options. You can do this on your own. You can come to my Fearless event, which is a free event, or you can do what my most dedicated clients are, and you can get on a call with me and see if you are right for my expensive paid coaching. And it's expensive, it has to be. I had to go through blood, sweat and tears, and the value that you're going to get is not cheap. Like my prices is not cheap. So whether you spend your money to do this, fantastic. If you don't spend money, you're going to have to spend something that I believe is just as precious, and that's your courage and your time. I'd also like to add this as well. It's a bit of a side note, because I know I struggled a lot with money when I had social anxiety, because money is about relationships and people. You'll make more money doing my coaching and taking my advice. I want you to succeed. I didn't go through all the pain and the suffering and the agony and the joy and the happiness for you to not be successful watching my video, for you to not experience what I've experienced numerous times and my clients. It changed my life. So your whole relationship with discomfort, fear, failure, anxiety has to change. But listen, I'm patient. God was patient with me. People were patient with me. Sorry, hay fever's coming. So I'm patient. I know this is going to take time, which is why I make videos, streams, talks. Don't give up on yourself. So that's how you unstuck yourself from social anxiety at 28 or at any age. Start now, because you are not going to be any different tomorrow, next week, next year. You've got to forget about all that stuff. It doesn't matter whether you've got cars or not, money. It's not important. It's the action you take. It's the courage muscles that you work. And it's the lessons that you learn from real life experience. And when you've done all those things, by all means, go and continue reading books and quoting stuff. You can write your own book. All right? Appreciate it, guys. Another walk in the park and a mentoring session from confidence coach Jonathan. If you want to come to the Fearless event this Sunday, there's an address below. You'll find it. You'll send me an email and I'll send you the details. We're going to have a great time, all right? See you guys soon, Fearless.